friends, what's going on, guys? So today, just a kind of a chill day, but I do have some stuff going on. I'm gonna rotate some toys out to the storage unit. The four-wheeler, the mini four-wheeler there, the 50. I'm gonna take that to storage because I'm done with it for now. Don't have really anything else I can do. I got to get some tubes ordered. I thought I did, but I didn't. I'm still working on the JR50 here. But what I do have here is my KTM clone bike, my China bike, KTM body panels, but it's a Honda CRF 230 clone. So we're going to throw a battery in that today, and then we're going to load that up, take it over storage, drop it off, and it's been needing a new battery, so I'm kind of hesitant to put the battery in it because it's just going to be sitting for a little bit, but at the same point in time, I want it ready to go if I need it. So we're gonna throw the battery in that, and we're gonna load that up, and we're gonna load up the four-wheeler and just a few other random things that we don't need here in the shop. I've been trying to slowly clean it up and just kind of get things moving and make room for stuff, and just pretty much that. This is Monday today, but I had my 4 days off, well, 3 days off, because I have to work tomorrow. Normally don't work till Wednesday, but this week I have to do work Tuesday. I have to do a little something out of the norm. I got to take somebody to a transport to a hospital, but prisoner. But anyways, here we go. We're gonna get after it. See what and I got a new phone. So I've got a Razr Ultra 50 or something it's called. The Razr Plus. I don't know. We're filming on it right now, so it's kind of cool because I can use the better camera and still see what I'm doing because it's got the big 4-inch front screen. So anyways, we're gonna get after it here. Alright. Hi, puppies. Here she is. So it is a 2021 EGL A19, I think it's called. It uses KTM body panels, okay? And it has a CRF 230 clone motor. And this thing has been pretty phenomenal. I got it pretty much brand new. I think it only had maybe an hour. Still breaking oil on it, on the motor. And she's been extremely reliable to me, but the original battery finally crapped out, quit its job after a couple years. So she's been a good bike. I let my nephew ride it last summer, and he beat the hell out of it with his buddies with Hondas, CRFs. And it did him well, and it's still holding up. So we're gonna throw a battery in it today, and then go let it sit in storage for a bit. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's a 10 millimeter, but I could be wrong. For the seat, we're gonna check right here. I've only had the seat off a few times, so yep, it is in fact a 10 millimeter. So let's zip the seat off, get to the battery, and then figure out what we're going to need here. Nope, need the extension on there. Get her a little more in frame. That's what I like about this, is I can use the better external cameras instead of the selfie cameras. And actually got the 4-inch screen on the backside. So I can actually see what I'm doing now and make sure that everything's in frame. So I kind of like that idea. So anyways, one 10 millimeter bolt takes the seat off. Pretty sure it's dead. Yep, we're getting half of a crank, maybe one crank out of her. Need a Phillips head. So I got a couple other toys in storage that I can bring home to work on. I've got my little Xpro 125 pit bike that what do you call it? The nuts for the header studs came loose and rattled off, so there's nothing holding the head pipe on. So I might bring that home and find some nuts for that. Bring that home and we'll fix that up. And go from there. I hope I got the right battery. Let's see here. Yep, looks like it. Looks smaller, actually. It is smaller. Oops. Well, hopefully it works. It'll fit in the box, but oh yeah, it's a 5 and this is a 4. That makes sense. Well, it was cheap. It was only like 15 bucks, so hopefully it's got enough gas behind it to start this bike. It should. I don't see why it wouldn't, but if not, we'll use it for something else. Let's get this going here. Alright, this is the one thing I always struggle with because my fingers don't work like they used to. I always have a hard time pinching small things. But nonetheless, we're going to try it. And this is one thing I've never understood either. Hold that thought. Well, back to what I was saying. The one thing I've never really understood is that they should make these little terminals just deep enough for the screw to connect. You don't need extra, I guess is what I'm trying to say. There we go. That one went in. And they normally don't work that easy. They don't normally work that easy, I'll tell you. And then I struggle getting you gotta hold the nut up while trying to put the screw in. It's just a pain. It should be just the right depth for the screw to hit and make contact with the nut and not have to lift up on it. Now this one is I'm struggling with here. This is what I was talking about. You kind of got to lift up on the nut and push the screw and turn it all in the same shot. I'm sure there's a better method of doing it, but I usually use a screwdriver or a pick or something like I'm using now. Anyways. Alright. Now, I could pay extra at my storage unit, I'm sure, and pay for power, but leave battery tenders on these things, but I'm not going to do that. Alright, she should fire right up. It's got old gas in it, but yeah, it's got gas in it. It helps if you turn the key on. Power. Here's my beautiful 1965 Dodge Dart. One I've kind of teased you guys a little bit about with some teaser videos. We're going to do a full in-depth on that at some point. You guys, the full walk around, let you drink her in a little, you know, the whole nine. That's how you do that one person. With one person. Almost lost her. Switching cars around and stuff. I've only got two phone mounts, so one's in the Cadillac and one's in the Trax. So we're loaded up and we're headed over to these Yardbirds are gonna get run over. Jesus. We're loaded up. We're gonna head over to the storage unit, drop this stuff off, and swap out for, I think, the Mini Moto, and bring that home so we can get it fixed up. Pretty sure I've got a hornet's nest, wasp nest, whatever. I haven't driven my truck much because I haven't had a need for it. I've just been saving gas using the Trax. But I'm pretty sure I got a wasp nest somewhere in my truck, because one just crawled out of the dash and another one climbed out from underneath the hood. So that's lovely. Anyways, we're gonna just head to the storage unit and we'll time warp there. She's gonna be coming home soon. I need to do something with this. It runs and rides. I don't know. I need to do something with it. The race bikes, the CR125. Yeah. Ugh, too much stuff. Well, all but one. They're all home. All but two. We got the little JR50 still back at home, but everybody's in one place. So all but two of them. Kind of an oddity these days. Living out of where we're living, situation we have going on, and then living out of two storage units as far as toys go, you know. But that's sacrifice you make to help family. But it'll be a beautiful day when I can have all my toys under one roof again and at home. But for now, it is what it is. Well, you know the thing. You try to make room and get rid of stuff, and you just come home with more. I don't understand it all, but I took stuff to get rid of, make room, and I bring more stuff back. But it's all stuff I'm going to use. Detailing stuff for the Dart, wiring that I need for some other projects, so I guess it's worth it. Well, like I said, I went to get rid of stuff, make some room in the garage, and I came back with a ton of stuff. But it's all stuff I can use. Detailing products. Well, I left these in storage because I had my dailies, but I didn't have a hot rod. And when we moved down here, I got rid of them all. So I left all this kind of stuff in storage. So it kind of makes sense now to bring the detailing stuff back out, because I'm going to have a car I want to keep nice. So we got some detailing stuff. There's some rope I brought back for the boat. We're going to be working on the boat. Steel wool for another project I got coming up. And then some wiring that I'm going to need for some wiring projects that I got going on. So, yeah. I can't get away from not having too much stuff, I guess. Alright, so, quick little thing here. We had something show up. Some overnight parts from Japan. Just kidding, they weren't overnight. You know how much that would cost? Way more money than it's worth. So we got the brake rod assembly for the JR50. Ain't got no brakes in the rear, but she doesn't go vroom vroom bring brap brap. So, but we got it. So we're gonna go ahead and throw it on real quick. So let me gather up what I need. We'll get after it. Well, this isn't staying out like it's supposed to, so I'm going to have to take it all apart and investigate on that. Oh. Help me understand. So the only reason it wouldn't come off is this needed to be stretched out a little bit more. It was just getting stuck on there. I don't have the original bolt that goes through here though, that holds it in place, tightens it down. So we're gonna have to try to figure something out, but for right now, we're just gonna get it together for what I can do. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up for the day. I did get the brake rod installed on the little 50 over here in the corner. That little guy there. I did get that brake rod installed, but and then I got this thing up here. Oops, what'd I do? What did I do? Well, I don't know what just happened. I did get this one up on the makeshift workbench today, motorcycle lift, whatever. But anyways, this one needed some bolts to hold the head pipe on. Got those installed, nuts rather, on the studs. Got those installed. I luckily had some. So I'm going to do a few more things to this. I've got an upgraded carburetor for it, different air filter. Going to change the oil on it, and it's pretty much, it's brand new. That's a 2023 Xpro Storm 125cc pit bike. It's a China bike too. I like my China bikes. I've had good luck with them. They're cheap and then reliable, and they're cheap to work on, easy to work on. I like them. I mean, I don't see any reason. I mean, yeah, I would like one of the new gray, Dardo gray KLX 140s, but I'm not spending that much money on a little 140cc dirt bike, so I'm going to stick with my China bikes. They work for me. I'm happy with them. Don't really care. I've got a CR 125 aluminum frame 125R to rip if I really want something fun and fast. So these little things do the trick. That's all I really care. Any Houston way, don't forget where. I think we're going to wrap it up for today. Like I said, I'm supposed to be off tomorrow, but got asked to work to do a transport, so I'm going to transport a prisoner somewhere, and so today will be effectively my Sunday, I guess, and tomorrow's my Monday. So we're gonna throw this video together, and I'm gonna make some fancy dinner, and so there'll be another video for that, and then I'm just gonna relax for the rest of the night, and that'll be that. So anyways, as always, like, comment, share, subscribe. Appreciate you guys, and we will catch you on the next one.